stream is buffering, I'm going to try and reopen Premiere and After Effects, see if I can get those up and running. Alright, can someone check to see if we're live?
Hold on. I don't see the actual stream thing yet, but...
I believe we are live.
Hey!
Here we go again!
Can someone link it in the Discord? Because it's probably a new link now.
Yeah.
Yes, one second.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. Just spam that around different chats.
Oh shit, whoops. Actually, I just gave the wrong... Whoops.
Yeah, and John, if we can tweet that out, I'd greatly appreciate your help.
I tweeted the wrong link.
Oh no!
Excuse me. Sorry, I've been awake since 3 a.m. I'm pretty sleepy.
Oh, dude, I've been awake since 9. Oh.
I've been awake since, like, noon
I see that I get early in comparison.
Yeah, fucking... And, like, that... Honestly... There is a very much a good aspect where I'm just like, I am so glad that I just got out of that fucking nocturnal cycle I had.
Okay, yeah, I see your levels, so I know that I'm actually getting you guys now.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, After Effects is up and running. Now we can get back to things. Whew, sorry about that, everyone. 1 second, I have to reconnect my external hard drive. This is a wonderful start to the stream.
Hey, I'm happy. I get to hang out with some cool folks, so,
Yeah.
you know, win-win for me.
You know what? As long as we're figuring this out, I'm just going to keep on trucking with this effect here, because I don't need my external hard drive for a little bit longer, and it's just hooked up. Okay, so we'll continue with this effect anyway, as I have to now open each of these files from here. Yeah, because, ooh, fun. So I have to quickly open these project files now. Yes, I know I haven't backed up myself in a few days. Give me a break. Alright. So opening the Premiere file, and now going to the After Effects file. Alright. Now, as I was saying, we have the shot here of a freaking explosion happening at the Night Raid base. Where did my brain go? There it goes. Alright. So our intention is...
By the way,
Yes.
I was just gonna say that, I have not yet viewed even a second of the Budapest cut.
I tried watching it, but it said too many people have seen it already, so I wasn't able to play it.
Already?
Oh, yeah, this was like yesterday.
Ooh, then you're going to have to download it, unfortunately.
It's 28 gigs, man, and I always watch everything on my phone, so... Because my computer went tits up a long time ago.
Oh, damn. Oof. I'll see if
I'll figure out a way to do it.
Nah, it's fine. I'll see if I can get you a fresh link.
Yeah.
My man, thank you.
No problem, dude. Alright,
So what exactly is the Buddhist cut, if I may ask?
Okay, so what happened was I saw someone tweet out that they found and reorganized all the scenes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and put them in perfect chronological order.
His name is Tony Goldmark. He is a YouTuber known as Some Jerk with a Camera who does a lot of reviews of, like, weirdly enough, like theme parks around like the California area. He used to work with Channel Awesome, unfortunately, but he's a great guy.
Yeah. So what happened is I saw that tweet because I follow Linkara and Elon the Blockbuster Buster. I highly suggest you check out those channels. Funny people, very funny guys. And then I retweeted as a joke saying, "Hey, someone dare me, like, watch. I'm going to actually edit this all into chronological order." And Pio dared me, and well,
Of course he did.
he knows my motto. He knows that I cannot be contained when someone dares me. So clearly, this is Pio's fault. Is all I'm going to say on the matter. Alright, so first thing we want to do here is we want to add a cloth modifier, a cloth tag to this plane to make it behave more like fabric, because I want to replicate the sign. So now if you hit play, all it does is fall. That's not what we're looking for at all. That's just no. What we actually need to do from here is add the cloth belt tag and select the vertice that we want to be an anchor. Now we have this cube here, so we drag the cube here to the belt on, click set, and now we see this little yellow line. Now that shows that it's being anchored to that cube. So I'm going to duplicate the cube, move it, nope, that's not what I'm doing. Move said cube to the other side, go back to vertice mode, on the plane, click the opposite side, add another modifier for the cloth belt, add the second cube, click set. Now we have the cloth perfectly standing still, except we now have a small problem that it just begins to bounce. And that's kinda poop. That looks real poop right there. Another thing is that it looks really sharp when it begins to fold. Like, you see that? That doesn't look good. So I'm going to add a subdivision surface modifier and apply that to the fabric. Now when it does fold, it actually bends a bit better. Now in hindsight, I probably should have added a bit more divisions to this just to increase the polygon count. That would really help smooth it out. But you know what? Fuck it, we got time. Let's do that. Alright, play.
Cobra, I have to honestly ask, how much of this are you taking in?
Let's see. Here we go. Segments. Let's try 50-50. That should really do the trick when it comes to what I'm trying to do here. Oof.
This is really, really cool.
What is?
I just like looking at this stuff. I don't really know anything about it, but seeing it, yeah, it's just really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wanted to get into this kind of stuff when, like, I was in high school. Freddie W. and Quarter Digital were big influences of mine when I was growing up. Just a wee VFX lad. So let's see, we reapplied the cloth, then cloth belt, add the first cube set, and then add a second cloth belt for this. Oh wait, no, dang, no. Oh, what happened there? Okay, now cloth belt. There you are. Set that. Alright, now let's see that. Okay! That did not go at all the way I wanted it to. you ever want to make a Stretch Armstrong, that's how you want to do it. I think instead we're going to stick to the previous version.
Ah.
What? It seems fine to me. What went wrong? Everything seems fine.
Yeah. Alright, so here's another trick we can do.
Certainly no texture errors or anything like that.
It looks like that girl from Doom Patrol.
It looks like a piece of gum that's just been stretched too far.
Oh,
So that girl from Doom
It looks
Patrol.
like
then.
it looks like it looked directly at the Ark of the Covenant.
all exceptionally valid answers.
It looks like a deleted scene from someone who looked at the Ark of the Covenant. Too bad for, like, the theaters.
My God.
Oh
Fucking-
god, that's awesome! I'm learning so much.
Fucking you will have no idea how happy I am that Chase said he and James are watching Doom Patrol.
Oh yeah, I'm actually going to be watching that soon as I'm done with Castlevania. The Hockey Bridge actually helped me get into it.
It is probably my favorite superhero show under Daredevil.
So now, I mean, look at this. This looks okay, but this is a gray mesh. We actually need to apply the texture that I made for the shot. So, let's see, we have... here it is, my Abridged folder, where I have my current ongoing projects and affiliates, episode... No, wait, that's wrong. Assets, episode 10, cinema, and I believe it's Akame sign. And now I just drag that on here, and voila! Now we have a sign and 2 blocks. We can deal with getting those blocks out of my shot later. But now we just... It's still doing that bouncing, and I'll be honest, I don't know how to stop that. So what I did last time is I actually just, because I'm tracking this back in, all I'm going to be doing is just essentially taking the render from maybe 300 frames in and just timing this. But we do have an additional fun issue here. There's an explosion behind this sign. Now, we didn't... Apparently this wasn't really considered when scripting, so I now have to figure out what to do with that. Do I just send this flying? I have a few ideas. Okay, so first thing we do, let's see. First what I'm going to do is add a simulation of wind. So see, that wind will bump up the turbulence to about 10%. And let's change the wind speed to 50 and see how that looks. That's good, but we can do better. Let's set it to 500. Whoo! It flew. It's a leaf on the wind. Watch as it soars. Right, so the... Of course, now my air conditioner outside gets loud and crazy. Oh! Jeez! That's not the air conditioner. It's a freaking rainstorm outside. Damn.
Lord.
Alright, anyway, as I was saying, I talk a lot about keyframing in After Effects and Premiere. It's a heavy part of the process when working with stuff like this. You can actually do that as well in Cinema 4D here. But can I start this simulation later first? start from 0. Maybe I can... Let me turn off the wind effect for now. Alright, so... You know what? What am I doing? I can easily do this. Let's see. Start animation. Okay, here we go. This animation is 65 frames long. And what I will do is start the animation at frame 300 and end the animation at frame 365. Now, when we hit frame 300, that should have done something. And okay, let's ignore a look at you, asshole. What are you doing? Oh, wait a minute, I think I know what happened here. It doesn't have a frame 300, so it thought that I was trying to get it to start much later than... Okay. Fair enough, my mistake. But I do know this is 65 frames, so I can solve this with math.
Kind of math.
Okay, so... the first frame of the explosion happens on frame 38. So, doing just some simple math. And I said the animation was 65 frames, so that's 27 frames left. So okay, so in theory, I would, if I wanted to do this at like
A thought occurs.
yes,
You know how people are often ask, why are you like this?
yes.
These streams answer, how are you like this?
What do you mean?
How you're telling us how you get all this stuff done. So it is literally, how are you like this, rather than why.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I just assumed it was magic.
Might as well be. I mean, the secret's kind of out of the box at this point. That's I never have a plan whenever I go into a visual effect. Usually, when it comes to certain things, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know how to do X, Y, and Z." But if it comes to like when the schmucks come to me asking like, "Hey, do you think you can do this?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, probably. Yeah, sure. I know what to do for that." I'm lying.
Yeah, I
Figure
get
it out on the go.
Exactly.
Back when I wrote a shit ton of fan fiction, one of the main reasons I stopped was because like people would come to me with ideas and say like this is a good idea. I'm like, okay, I might try something with that, and then I just get to the actual writing part and I'm just like, fuck.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I can barely write my own name, so I'm nothing compared to you creatives.
Actually, we have a very similar process when it comes to writing for the Abridged series. Personally, when writing something, sometimes one of us will have an idea for like what a character can say or do in a scene. But when we actually get down to writing it, we'll be like, we'll just start writing naturally, and we'll get to what we originally discussed and be like, that doesn't work here anymore. What else can we do instead? A perfect example is Mimi and Palmon in Digimon Abridged. Originally, Palmon and Mimi were supposed to have a very different relationship. They were
Really?
They were originally going. Mimi was originally going to be more of an idiot, and Palmon was going to be more of her caretaker type personality. It's like, no, you dumb idiot. No, don't eat the mushrooms. But we just started writing organically, and we're just like, what if Palmon hates her? Just because we're trying to figure out all these different dynamics between each other.
Yeah.
Okay, now
And then Mimi pulls out a gun.
That was all Storm's idea. I refuse to take credit for that.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much the type where it's like, I'm very much like, it depends. Sometimes like, I'll just go in with a base concept and be like, okay, where does this take me? And then, but a lot of the time I try to like generally outline first.
I don't even need a text for this. What am I doing? So let's see. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to figure out a good way to affect the. Where did my ball go? Where's my ball? I gotta delete it and make a new ball. Damn it, I lost my ball. That's the problem about 3D.
You hit it into the neighbor's yard, and now he's not giving it back.
No, Mr. Jenkins, why? Why are you such a mean old man?
I was always lucky growing up because our next door neighbors that we always threw our balls and frisbees and whatever into, they did the same thing to us, so it was always back and forth. Hey, can we get our stuff back? Sure, we can get our stuff back. So I've never experienced the whole, I can't get my stuff back from Mr. like mean old Jenkins or whatever.
I have never experienced that problem because I did not go outside much as a kid.
Okay, come on. Do. Come on, just get beyond. This is how you go for the beyond, man. Okay, we'll say that works. And now I'm going to set you to off because otherwise
Alright, guys.
Crazy. Yeah.
Alright, guys, I'm actually gonna bounce. I'm about to fall asleep, so
Good night, dude.
thanks for hanging out. No problem. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Good night to you all. Have a fun stream.
Thank you again for your donation.
Later.
Greatly appreciate it.
Don't worry about it. I love you guys.
Have a good
See
one.
ya, Cobra.
Good night. See you guys. CSF.
Alright. So what I just did is I'm trying to see if I can rip the cloth in half by just sheer force of will. I put a low poly sphere behind it, applied it to a cloth collider tag, and oh wow, that was.
I'm waiting to see it on stream.
And
That was like 2 frames.
it's taking a while.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Okay,
Huh.
note to self. I have a few things to tweak about that. For one, the direction doesn't make sense.
I personally think it's perfect.
I gotta have it start off lower.
Oh.
That has some fucking Spy Kids 3D energy to it.
Whew. I mean, I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love showing people this kind of stuff because I don't know anyone else in the Abridged community that does stupid shit like this just to get their effects. Now, still not looking the way I want it. Okay.
Good lord. They keep delaying the end of this severe weather warning.
Yeah, we just got the weather over here.
Same coast
Is it
as
coming
y'all,
from-
so I'm not getting my way.
Yeah. Okay, I know what I need to do now. I need. Nah, first of all, I need to drop the sphere, otherwise, this is going to be too chaotic.
I have so much. This gives me so much respect to the people who animate Superman's CG cape.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Also, that thing's interacting with a CG body. It takes so much work for that thing to just not clip.
Yeah, because like I look behind the scenes on a lot of stuff like that, just seeing Henry Cavill on a green screen and shit, and yeah, he is a lot of the times he is not actually wearing a cape.
Same for Batman. In that fight scene where someone actually grabs Batman's cape and pulls him down, CG cape.
Yeah, the scene on the rooftop that was entirely in front of a green screen.
Yeah, keeps just cause too much trouble nowadays. Particularly whenever he's flying, it's always a CG cape, because for that they have to use wire work to get him up, and you can't wear anything on your back while you're doing stuff on wires. Like, you can't wear a backpack, you can't wear an actual parachute, you can't have a cape. It would be too complicated and be dangerous. So, speaking of, what we're going to do here is we're going to, instead, keyframe the two belt on. Oh, who joined?
Regrow.
Ah, we got
It's the
Rico
Aussie.
in here. And we're going to clear that after 3 frames. Now let's see how that works. How's it going, Rico?
So you like
Not too bad. Been awake for like an hour.
Ah, cool.
something I thought about in terms of like Superman CG cape is like it is amazing like how well you could. Something I thought about recently, because like there was this survey which was probably bullshit about like which state was watching which movie the most, and it put down California as Green Lantern, which doesn't make sense, but apparently. And I'm just thinking about how far like CG costumes have gone since Green Lantern.
Ooh. In many regards, that movie took a bullet.
Okay,
Yeah.
you want an example of how fucking fast CG costumes have come? All you have
Endgame.
to do is look at Endgame.
Oh yeah.
Those fucking
The time
time
machines?
suits that they
Yeah.
were wearing, they're all CGI and they do not look it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like,
can-
I remember seeing those in the trailer and they looked spot on. And when I found out, like, hey, yeah, those costumes were CG, I was like, for when they're animating,
Excuse?
like for when the helmets are animating on, yeah, no shit, like, no, the entire time. And then I saw behind the scenes photos of them just like wearing motion tracking
That's
walkers, and I'm
fucking
just like,
crazy.
are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're wearing
didn't
their
know
regular
that.
outfits under the CG fucking dots. It's
Yeah, like-
it's severely impressive.
There were there were behind the scenes photos that leaked from like paparazzi and shit before Endgame came out that showed Chris Evans or a stunt double wearing like the first movie cap suit with tracking markers on it.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's
yeah, that was the first time they the theory of time travel came up. But I remember seeing that, which was smart because they would either be able to decide, yes, we're going to do these CG suits, or later in post decide we're not going to do those and just paint out the track markers.
when I met the Russo brothers at the Q&A at the Smithsonian last year. I asked them basically like, okay, so you do a lot of motion capture shit. Like, how do you deal with directing that kind of thing?
What do they say?
They basically talked about they talked about like a lot of like the ways they would show things where like they talked a lot about like having that sort of interaction where there always needs to be something, and otherwise it just won't work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was the only one there that actually asked a question about directing.
Everyone was like, "What's Chris Evans' workout routine?"
Yeah, there were many people who were just asking about like story stuff, and I'm like, I mean, if Marcus and McFeely were here, I'm sure they'd be happy to answer. And it's not like the Russo brothers were out of the story. It's just if we're gonna have a Q&A with the directors, I'd much rather ask them things about the directing, and I can tell they kind of respected that.
All right. Let's add. Ooh, wait. Why didn't I think of this before? All right. I'm adding a destructor. How do I get a destructor to walk? Do I do that? Do I just have it fly into it? Let's see.
I might need to like rewatch a bunch of Russo's Marvel stuff because I started watching Community, which they had a big hand in directing a lot of their episodes. So there's
a lot of cameos for that too.
Yeah, I was about to say like I want to go back through those movies and see like how many Community cameos I can find. Because I remember noticing Ken Jeong and Yvette Nicole Brown in Endgame, but I just didn't know why they were there.
Well, I guess it's time to go get your MCU collection. Oh wait,
Xin chào bạn đội trang web Phan
never
Kiệt.
mind.
You mean Disney Plus?
Doesn't have Spider-Man.
What you can, what you can
All
do.
I have to do is go to my box and pull out a disc. You have to pay for a service.
Is that thing still on your fucking bed?
I don't have a fucking space for it at the moment. Fuck you.
You know
I
what,
wasn't.
You know what you could do? You could watch the Budapest cut.
I watched about 20 minutes and then I went like, now I actually want to watch Captain America by itself, so I just stopped.
Yeah.
You're a smart man.
Yeah, fucking the inherent problem with this, and I know this is like thought of in the design, is that it's not like every Marvel movie is like fucking Memento, where it was all planned out as one collective thing. No, like it is probably
Built up on itself.
Yeah, but it is not built up in a way where it's supposed to line up like that.
No, it's not. Also, Red, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Were you just bored?
Essentially. Also, Pio dared me, and challenge accepted.
God damn it.
I'm a high schooler at heart.
Technically, you're not supposed to accept, but like, Jesus Christ, man.
What else was I gonna do?
No, but seriously, you just sit here and you'll do a thing, and everyone's like, okay, so, like, how the fuck did you end up managing to do that? And then you're like, that's not even my final form, bitch. And then you release this thing, and every other editor in the community is like, what the what the fuck is this person? Why can he just do this?
It doesn't help that I just do it without thinking, and then I'm unable to explain it.
Clearly. Raid, you're fucking insane, and I respect you so goddamn much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Making me look like even more of an amateur than I already am.
No, you're badass.
Dude, you took I take longer to make fucking my shit in any program than you did to make that entire fucking cut.
I've been doing this for 10 years. Come on.
I know,
12.
but still, it's just a straight up power move, that is.
You know who else has been doing this for 10 years? Kevin Feige.
Yeah? Well, actually, it's about 12 now, isn't it?
Oh my god, did I start Abridging the same year Iron Man 1 came out?
The Red Beast Abridged universe.
Watch, Rumble 1 half of Bridge is gonna cameo in the next fucking Akame.
You don't fucking know.
The Schmuck cinematic universe.
I've been trying to talk to Grim for a bit now about the idea of a crossover like holiday special.
Bro, I've tried to write that shit before.
But
I didn't get far.
But the thing is, of every Abridger in the community, who's more likely to actually be able to put people into new shots together?
Yeah. And plus, who has more shows to work with than the schmucks?
Like, all they would have to do is just send me like some files and I'd be like, alright, give me like 2 months in advance of warning and I'll figure this out.
I think I remember at one point I was writing a fan fiction where I just explained Goblin Slayer Bridge by saying that it was just a fucking insane D&D game run by the characters from Food Meant.
Speaking of, looks like my buddy Dustin, Rama 2387 is back. Hey Dustin, what's up? Reminder, Dustin, or Ranma as he is known here, is the voice for Walker from Durara Bridge, and the voice of Ranma Saotome from Ranma 1 Half Abridged.
Nice.
Yeah. He's also the guy that got me into anime, and I blame him eternally for that. Thank you, dude.
You know what the funny thing is?
What's up?
Taking out obvious ones like your fucking, well, actually not even considering that. In terms of stuff that Schmucks is technically related to, the older Bridgetplex stuff is the only stuff that I've actually actively watched.
Ooh,
I've watched like almost no Schmuck stuff except for the Digimon. Oh fuck's sake!
The
Digimon Abridged series. Yes, because I love that. And I've watched quite a few of the old ones that you guys used to do, even the ones that I might have had a very small hand in. But most of the Schmuck stuff I don't watch. Not because it's bad, I just never end up watching it.
I kind of get it. Like, I do keep up with a lot of them, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of stuff.
There is a lot of stuff. I mean, when I started working on Akame, the first thing I did was watch everything that came before it, just so I can try and see if I can match the tone. I want to try and keep the editing consistent. Spoiler it, I didn't. But Grim was like, yeah, we want to keep you. I was like, okay. So that worked out for me.
No one could fire you.
Speaking of, real quick, I just gotta change something here.
Speaking of, real quick, I just got fired.
I hit this sign with a sphere, but when it's blasting away the way I want, except it's too round. I'm adding a dodecahedron to try and spice it up, try and add some randomness to it. So that's the platonic, and then keyframe there. Come on.
You know something that like legitimately made me smile when I saw it on one of those shitty MCU news Twitter accounts?
What?
We have about 6 months until Marvel gets the Marvel Studios gets the rights to Daredevil back
Ooh,
from Netflix.
I gotta finish watching all the Netflix shows before that happens.
I have to say Daredevil is the only one that I'm like, it's the only one I kept up with, and I do recommend watching it all the way through, even though I'm not really a fan of the second season. But
I enjoyed the second
Well,
season.
at least it had a better second season than Jessica Jones.
Oh, Jessica Jones had such an amazing first season, and then it dropped the ball so hard.
oh, right.
There's
Like-
only one thing that I actually liked. Well, no, okay. There's two things that I liked about the second season of Jessica Jones. One, they actually directly reference Captain America by name and by merchandise.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like, yes, it's in there, regardless of what anyone says. And two, I'm sorry, but the fucking the headspace cameos of Purple Man are fucking great.
Those are amazing. Those
He's just like, you killed me, but you won't kill her, you silly bugger.
they're almost enough to redeem the season. Almost.
I
Yeah,
started
not quite.
watching Jessica Jones because I'm a huge David Tennant fan, and then
Well, I mean, it's worth it for him.
I'll say this much: Daredevil is my favorite Marvel Netflix show. But out of any season, out of any of the shows, Jessica Jones' first season is my favorite.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. It definitely has the strongest first season.
Honestly, I mean, I'll agree that the second half with the sort of, change of villain was a really, really fucking poor choice.
Yeah.
Luke Cage is my favorite out of all of them. It's not the best, I
season 1 or
understand
2?
that much, but it's actually hard. If I had to say which one's better, technically season 2 is better because Bushmaster is the best shit.
Oh, as a villain, he was great.
He was just a great character. Like, he had reason to be there. He had reason to be pissed off, and he was also actually open to reason at times.
And he was performed by his actor so well.
Yep.
Now all of China
That actor is going to be
Hold on.
in the live action.
China, we've been so. Oh, we got a subscription. Thank you.
Yeah.
All of China now knows JVO.
Yeah, I believe that the actor who played Bushmaster is going to be in the he's going to be in the Cowboy Bebop show as a Jet.
That's right. He is.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Interesting. But
I have hopes for that adaptation just because it's probably one of the most Western anime in terms of how it operates, its ideology and philosophy, and it just the way it's shot. So, in theory, it can translate. So, with a director and cinematographer behind it who understand that, maybe we can get something good.
Yeah, like that's my problem with a lot of adaptations. Like, if you say you're going to Americanize Death Note, why would you adapt an American version of Death Note, a story that really only works if you set it in Japan during this period?
Also, if you're gonna make we're gonna make Death Note, but it's an American version. Like, okay, why are they still called Shinigami? If you're gonna make an American version, just
call them Reapers.
Yeah, exactly. Just go full out and just change the whole thing.
You could. Well, that's the thing. They could have made it like an interesting spin-off of like, okay, it's in the same sort of like, it's in the same universe as such as the original Death Note, and now these Americans are dealing with it, and they deal with it in their own sort of way. They don't have to fucking basically copy-paste and then westernize these characters.
But they kept lights and cast a guy from what was he was like in a band with his brother, like
the Naked
Brothers Band, which is just
never heard of it.
They came up with the name when they were like taking a bath together or something. They were young. They were kids.
Heck, and
Okay,
I
fine.
have always agreed with the concept of making that a spin-off and not not like an adaptation. Like, I feel like that you could have done in that story. I feel like if they replaced Lakeith Steinfeld's L with like Nier, that could have worked. Like, say that this is just
Like,
fucking Death Note in the same world like Watchmen, and
this takes place
And-
after the Japanese Death Note movies.
yeah,
Like, you
Something
could have
like that,
easily
like-
gotten away with that by using Neo and the others.
heckin', you don't even have to say, like, you don't need another Light, because there's not going to be another Light. Light was a once in a million, and Light was a once in a generation genius. There's not going to be another him.
And he died like a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, he did.
Not all.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know.
Let me just...
Ow.
Okay.
If
What?
there's one adaptation I hope for, it's the fucking upcoming Western Attack on Titan one.
Yeah, I heard they made a
Maybe.
Japanese one. I don't know how it did. I heard it was kind of...
I heard it wasn't great.
But they're doing
But-
a Western one this time, and it's being directed by Andy Muschietti, the man who did It Chapter 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I feel like they should get the same people that did like the. If they weren't technically busy with Godzilla vs. Kong, the people who did King of the Monsters, as a good way to fucking understand how to do something that's that big.
Yeah, the scale in that was actually exceptional, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
unlike fucking Pacific Rim 2.
I think Godzilla vs. Kong?
Mm,
Adam Wingard, the man who directed the Death Note movie.
Wait, hold on. Reel that back for me. Say that again.
The upcoming Godzilla vs. King Kong movie is going to be directed by Adam Wingard, who is a talented director, but he's also the man who directed the 2017 Death Note movie.
Okay, then in that case, it might have been... Let's hope it was studio interference that screwed that up.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like one bad vision is gonna reflect the entire director. That's just not a good thing to do.
I'm currently in a forum right now checking something. If I'm quiet, that's why.
Oh, while you're doing that, I'm beating up a bird.
Yeah, kill it.
Trying to.
Heckin', I got HBO Max recently, and I found out that basically all of like the Showa era Godzilla movies are on there, and I'm like, well, I'm watching that shit.
Honestly, while I respect the old Godzilla movies, I don't think I could sit there and watch them.
Those movies have actually kind of been ruined for me. I don't want to shit talk him, but long story short, Storm and I worked with this actor for a little bit. He was a nice enough guy, but there was a few issues working with him, and all he would do for a good portion of our conversations was talk about Godzilla, to the point where he would even send me videos of himself performing Godzilla-like motions because he was a New York guy. He wanted to really break into acting, and for some reason he kept sending me his motion capture demo reel. And I was like, there's wrong guy here, dude.
Yeah, I'm interested in stuff mainly just because I have, like, for a fact I have a huge respect for the art of Tokusatsu. I'm a huge Power Rangers fan after all.
Yes.
Also, there's a certain game adaptation that I learned the director of Kong Skull Island is in like the direct.
What's up?
He's directing the Metal Gear Solid movie.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's why he had a cameo in Death Stranding.
Watching Akame Go 3. I'm kind of watching it. Hey, that's a great call. I'm excited to hopefully make this episode. There we go. Now we get it working. Hopefully, you like this episode when it comes out. Oh, geez. That's weird.
Apparently, Oscar Isaac has expressed interest in playing Solid Snake. So if you hear Knack screaming from across the stage, that means he's been cast.
I mean, I live in the same state.
So Knack has an interest in something other than big dogs. I'm sorry, I had to.
Okay.
Me and Knack are in solidarity over the fact that we were robbed of a Finn and Poe love story.
Well, apparently Finn and Poe also agree.
I know.
Okay, so I think I have this
That.
about as. Okay, I don't need this anymore. I think I have this as refined as I'm going to have it, at least for now. So what I'm going to do now is render out just the bits that I'm actually going to be using. So I'm just going to set from frame 400 to 450 just to be safe. And I'm also going to tell it to render the alpha channel as a transparent PNG sequence. So, right.
I just realized that you could use these streams as an excuse as a way to explain to people where's the next episode.
Yeah, it's right here. It won't be available for the next, 3 months. This is why.
Right.
Yeah, there's a certain joy in that kind of thing where it's like, if you get people asking where the next thing is,
Oh, dang.
if there's any kind of fucking editing streams behind them, you can just point at them and see like, here's how long this one thing took them. It's the length of the entire VOD. You think you could do this shit yourself?
It usually takes a couple of months to work on an episode. I mean, it varies greatly from editor to editor. I'm sure there are people far faster and far better than me who could work faster and perhaps better. I don't know. I can't say.
No, without getting paid, bud.
But it all comes down to different schedules. For example, there was Nolan was fantastic on some piece, just some stuff got in the way in his personal life. Some very logical and important things that caused a few minor delays. But even then...
Oh, shit happens. You just go
yeah,
work
exactly.
around it.
But also, even then, he busted his ass and was able to get us everything we needed by the deadline.
The very few times that I've been I won't use the word commission, but been asked to do things for this, whenever that happens, if I deliver on the product, it will be as soon as possible, because I literally just don't want to feel like I'm wasting people's time.
That's fair. As a matter of fact, I've actually when I first started out, and I do not encourage this, I used to refund payment if I was late. Do not do that if you're a video editor starting out.
Yeah.
Well,
the first time I recorded my lines for some piece, there was some shit going down right before I was set to record, or the first time when I got into the call with you and James, and then, but I just kind of had to calm myself down and soldier on, just because I'm not gonna I'm not gonna reschedule this.
And we appreciate it.
I had to reschedule my lines because I was fucking. I don't know what. I don't remember what happened. I just remember I was coughing a lot.
I think you were sick.
I didn't have a voice line.
Not yet.
What was it?
Well, no. There is something that James actually wants me to do, and it's just like, yeah, that's understandable.
Also, didn't you do voice lines for Ava?
I did one for as like episode 2 of Overlord, which, for whatever reason, came out sounding really fucking terrible because it sounded like no one fucked with the audio on it, and I swear I already did that, so I don't like counting that. That's shit.
That's
But
it.
Yeah.
Ava does also have something else that she wants me to do.
I mean, a
Fun
lot
fact,
of
they're
the
both
early
Australian characters.
a lot of the early episodes of Durava suffer from me over noise reducing. Like, I used to be god freaking awful at it. Until we worked with Patman VA, who sort of took me under his wing, taught me some of the basics of noise canceling, and then EOD was nice enough to share some of his wisdom on that front as well, since I didn't realize he did that for Goblin Slayer.
I haven't talked to Patman in ages.
I know. I think he just graduated college.
He just streams now, I think. I don't know if he still does any like voice acting or anything like that. But he seems to be doing pretty well for himself from what I've seen. And that's good. I'm glad that he's still around.
Alright, now we're going to
The funny thing is his voice doesn't stand out as much anymore because it fits his age.
Alright, now let's see. PNG sequence. So, did I over export? Ooh, I may have under exported this.
I remember there was a point where, like, James was doing some weird Steven Universe Abridged thing, and I have no idea what the fuck the status on that was. But there was a while where I was trying to, like, think about... There was a while where I wanted to be Steven for that, and nowadays I'm just like, yeah, I don't know how that would work.
He is still working on it.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm sure.
I was cleaning out dust from my computer, and I guess I inhaled a bit too much, so I was sneezing it constantly. That's why I couldn't record the first time.
Okay, so I screwed up last time. What I need to do is actually record under 100 frames. That's probably going to be overkill, but I don't care.
It's not overkill if it works.
Exactly. First, we need to kill the problem.
Then you need to bury it so no one ever knew it was a problem.
Also, just to explain something, the wall here is that I motion tracked the wall, but the wall is mostly very smooth. There's a lot of like minimal detail on it. I motion tracked this brick because it was the most apparent thing in the shots. However, as a safety precaution, to improve the chances of my track, I applied 3 instances of unsharpened mask and put them at different intensities. Because when I do that, you can really see the fine detail and the fine edges. Like, it just cranks that contrast pretty far up. So that really helps when you're doing motion tracking here. Especially since no, wait, I'm doing the camera track, yeah. Yesterday I was trying to run a few tests on this to see if I could figure out why it wasn't working last time. And I couldn't get the camera tracker to work because I thought this was a 3D tilt. It wasn't, it was just a 2D lateral move. Ooh, anyway, you tricked me. Let's see. So So after that, we're going to composite that in. As soon as that's
I
done.
don't really watch that much anime anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't got a lot of time to watch everything I would like. I'm behind on both My Hero Academia and Seven Deadly Sins.
Same for My Hero. It's just, I think I just fell out of like a lot of. I just feel like I'm a little tired of like a lot of shonen stuff. So I just don't feel like picking a lot of that up again, except for My Hero eventually.
Oh,
I
yeah, undercut. Wait, what? Again. God damn it. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna 500 and we're gonna start you at 450. I should have done that to begin with. No, we're gonna start you at 451. There we go. Alrighty. And that covers that. We don't need to render out the rest because we will need apparently 460 of those shots. So now we're going to go back into After Effects. Re-import that as a PNG sequence. And what I'm going to do I'm just going to scale up and reposition that. Let's do a RAM preview here. Okay, that looks kind of stupid for now, so I will come back to this and fix it later, but as a version 1, it's very passable. Because sometimes...
You know the best thing... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
You know the best thing that happened about just the amount of time I spend nowadays just watching movies and shit, where I basically had a moment when all of this shit started. I'm like, okay, so I have a stupid amount of time on my hands now, and if I don't catch up on my watch list, I don't feel like I'm ever going to. So, and
Now is the best time to do it.
yeah, and part of the result of that on Monday, I want to say, on Monday, I discovered my new favorite film.
What's that?
It is a movie that came out in 2013, directed by Denis Villeneuve, that stars Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. It is known as Prisoners.
Huh.
It is... What I'll say about it is that it's a really great movie if you want to examine, like, storytelling in film. It's a really good thing, like, if you observe it carefully, it's gonna... If you observe it carefully, like, you can learn a lot from it. And it's just a really damn good film. It's got a really fucking fantastic cast too, like Viola Davis, Paul Dano.
Alan Day, thank you for subscribing. All I'm trying to know is you're here. Go on.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna say what it's about because I feel like the best way to experience it is just to go into it knowing very little. but it's probably my new favorite film.
Just to address something that I just did. I added a black solid into the shot just to replicate the shadow that should be cast on by the sign here. Then I fade it out as the sign gets further away. Otherwise, it's a bit what's what I'm looking for? Too clean. If you want to sell your effects, have them walk and blend into the environment. That should do it for this
No,
one.
otherwise, you look like the early 2000s.
Exactly. So we're just going to quickly render this out. Then I think we have enough time for one more simple effect. Or at least the preparation behind the next one that I am excited to do. Alright. Alright, good job, team. We have a new effect in here. Alright, so as always, I label my VFX violet to have them stand out. Always keep your shit organized. Just, I know I say it all the time, but I'm saying it again. Alright, so. I know I kind of say I don't have a plan when I go into some shots. I kind of lied to you there, and I apologize. I do have somewhat of a plan for certain shots. And for that, this is an example of one of those shots. This was actually the first shot that the schmucks pulled me into the writing room to get my thoughts on to see if the idea was doable. And this was like the first time I confidently said yes to an effect while working with them. Alright, so basically the problem here is we have a shot of Leone, but the actual time that the shot goes on for is maybe 3 seconds at best. So we need to really figure out what, because the shot's like 20 seconds long that they have it last for with the dialogue and everything. So once again, shot extension time. So what I'm first going to do is pre-compose. Now we have a lovely shot here. As a matter of fact, do we need that?
I'm gonna head off and go work on some stuff. See you guys later.
Alright, bye.
Bye-bye.
Excellent. So we have now a complete steady shot of this. Going all the way through, and it's all one solid layer. So that means I can now affect all of them at the same time. So what I'm going to do is duplicate, and I'm going to zoom in on Leone's boobs. Leone's boobs. And I'm going to draw a rough mask of Leone. Now, there's some forced perspective here, so Leone is not forced perspective. What's what I'm looking for? Camera depth. So Leone is a little bit blurry, which actually helps me out here. My roto doesn't have to be completely exact, but still, I need to have some defined edges. So I'm just going to do a rushed roto job just to see how it looks at first. And then we got also roto this interior section. Now, we won't be finishing this shot today because we're waiting on lip flaps to be custom made for this. For Leona here, as she talks to her reflection. But just to see how this looks, I'm going to drop in a solid. And now we crank the feathering. Alright. So I'm just going to bring in the expansion a little bit. Actually, do I want to do this manually? Yeah, I think we'll have to do this manually. Also going to reduce the feather slightly. Okay, that should do it for what we're trying to do here. Next thing I'm going to do is... I just remembered there was a reason I wanted to keep that shot of Leone. So... I'm going to take that off. I was going to mod those. Okay. Okay, so, well, I'm sorry, I'm just so used to doing this kind of stuff all instinctively, it's hard for me to actually talk as I do it. What I want are these light refraction segments here. So I'm going to change the color here. And I'm just going to take small masks of each piece. Doing this carefully as to not overlap Leone as much as we can. So we're going to set each mask to a feather of 15. Then we're going to duplicate this all across the freeze frame we have. Just going to cut these because we don't need them here. And this one has its own. Loving the view, huh? Huh, Wilson? Okay. Okay, so from here. Take it to the end there. And we're going to do the same thing where we mask out these light rays, overlapping with Truma this time as little as possible. This is Truma, by the way. Then once again, we're going to set all of the masks to 15. May want. Let's see if the effect that we're going to be doing will hide that. Because right now it's kind of obvious that those light reflections don't exactly line up. Yeah, that's going to need to get adjusted. Also, just noticed.
And I'm back.
Oh, hey! Just noticed I forgot to mask out Leone's thumb. How silly of me.
Try not doing that.
Done. Okay, so now what
I
we're
had to do
going
a
to
few
do.
things. I had to take Poco out. I had to grab some Girl Scout cookies.
First, we're going to zoom in. Then we're going to apply the effect Turbulent Displacement. This is probably one of my favorite effects. And to help it along, we're just going to only affect the area that is going to have. A second, what's this? Ah, I see, that's why. Hold on a second, what's up here? Weird. Anyway, we're going to reframe this shot. And now we're going to animate the turbulent displacement. Let's have it animate 8 times. See how that looks. Now, what I'm going to be paying attention to is over here. If there's any color pops or any kind of jumping that seems unnatural. I think I just saw one, actually. So, if we see too many of those, that means I need to go into the pre-comp and trim those out. Yeah, they're jumping too much. Might be easier if I just paint them out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to repaint those. Let's see how the effect. The effect is a little strong right now. Let's set the size to 50. See how that works. Alright, I'm gonna rename this on a foreground. We will eventually put in a new shot here for to cover that black space up. I'm not seeing much of an effect now. Okay, it's still there. I think I want it to be a little bit more subtle. So let's try 25 and an amount of 8. Turbulent displacement is really good when you want to replicate waves of heat and distortion. Very good for displacement maps. Just fun to play with all around.
Also, it's like half decent at smoke. Also,
It is.
I think.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
I would hope not. I've done that.
My friend texted me, so are you just on autopilot while editing? Yes, I am, Dustin. Yes, I am. I'm just essentially on autopilot. I don't really think about what I'm doing.
If only it was that easy.
Okay, now that's too light. I'm gonna bump it up to 35. Now let's take a look at this. There's no problem here. There's no problem, child. First of all, the first thing we need to do is increase the feather.
So what have you all been playing lately, if anything?
I've been playing Akame. I have mixed feelings about it because a friend of mine is essentially begging me to play it. And so a part of me is playing it under protest because I'm like, fine, I'll finally fucking play it. Leave me alone. But on the other hand, the game has been fun, but other times it hasn't, at least for me. And I know Ezzy's going to kill me for saying that.
Is Ezzy the friend you were talking about?
No, it's a good friend of mine, Dan. I've known him for years.
I've been playing a little bit of Kerbal Space Program as well as a little game called Derail Valley, which is a VR train simulator.
Oh.
Interesting.
It's not based off of like a real environment, it's made up, but you know, you're just transporting a lot of shit throughout the valley and trying not to derail your train
Huzzah.
or damage your cargo in general. Because then you pay money.
Oof.
Also worth pointing out that in this game, multi-track drifting is possible.
I was about to say, do a drift.
It is possible. Let's see. How do I lift this fucking shot?
Okay, that should actually resolve a big portion of what I'm struggling against here.
Why does Steam make it so hard to sometimes just copy an image URL?
Because they hate you?
Because if it were easy, you wouldn't be talking about Steam.
Yes, but I'm talking shit about Steam.
Don't matter. You're talking about it.
First rule of Steam, don't talk about Steam.
Their attempts. I'm going to override their attempts, and I'm actually going to go to the source code of their website to extract this image.
My god. No, it's too dangerous. Don't do it. Why must you be brave? I gotta double check my donation notification, see if that's why it didn't pop up before.
Well, isn't it because this is linked to the main Schmuck Squad Streamlabs? Isn't it just linked to your own TSS Beyond Streamlabs?
I mean, it's still linked to the same PayPal though.
Well, yeah, it doesn't. But it doesn't get that information from PayPal. It gets that from Streamlabs.
Oh.
Because Streamlabs is the account is hooked up to their PayPal, so
That's probably why I didn't notify then.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier.
wait, hold on, what's wrong?
Cobra
No, you
donated.
got.
Cobra donated money and we didn't get a notification.
Have you actually got a fucking notification thing on your scene?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I mean, Hugo, subscribe.
I'll have a look at that later.
Hugo, go ahead and subscribe
Well, again,
to the channel.
it's mostly because. Yeah, it's mostly because it's the wrong Streamlabs account.
Oh, you're not logged into the Schmuck Squad one?
No, I'm not.
No.
Because we didn't.
That's why.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd go have a look at it, but if you're not on that account, I can't change anything.
Is this bridge gonna come out in a series or like a full video? This is episode 10 of Akame Kill Abridged, Rich Wilson. It's gonna come out on the Schmuck Squad channel.
Eventually.
Yeah. John, can we get a link in the chat for that, please?
Sure, 1 second.
Yes.
Also, I linked the multi-track drifting and voice chat companion.
Yeah, but I highly suggest Akame Kill Abridged. Highly recommend it, I mean. It's a good time. It's a very fun show. They've got the voice of Bubble Monkey X, better known as her role in Sword Art Online Abridged, Asuma, as this character right here, Leone.
Oh wait, shit! I'm not a mod.
Let me mod you. Can you just comment in the chat?
I tried to paste it in the chat, but I'm guessing it's not showing for everybody.
Yeah, let me just sign in so I can quickly mod you. Alright, John D, hold on, am I signed into my account, first of all?
My power grows.
Prepare to have unlimited power and authority, much like the current US government system.
Ooh, topical.
Only difference is John D
Not
can be trusted.
You fool! You absolute buffoon!
He can be trusted as long as you don't give him a sniper rifle.
We fell for one of the 7 blunders. Okay. Okay. I'm in the chats. Yo, it's hey, what's up, Wait to us?
Hey, Spencer.
Yeah, John, just go ahead and type something in the chat so I can knight you. Alright.
Remember the last time you didn't mod me on a channel, Red?
Yeah. Ban.
But this isn't purple.
user. There you go.
All right, guys. See ya.
Sounds like my dog's going to bed soon. Which is code for she's not going to bed at all.
Hey, I am a mod now.
Yeah.
Okay, now this should work. There it goes.
Oh, thank you, Spencer.
Wait, I'll refresh the stream to refresh my mod powers. Mod powers activated.
Let's see. I'm going to add a little dissolve here just to help that transition, because otherwise it's kind of jumpy. Yeah, Wilson, that links where you can find the Schmuck Squad, where this entire series has been uploaded before. This is just the newest episode I'm doing some work on. Oh, wait, I just noticed a small little extra problem that we have here. I'll fix that in just a second, but first I gotta... There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna purple and that blue. Now, let me see that here just to see if right. Oh, I see. Misunderstood, Wilson. My bad. But yeah, this is going to be on its own, a part of its own episode. Hopefully released sometime this month. So keep an eye out for that. This is just a small fraction of what goes into these episodes, not even including all the hard work Buddy and Grim do for voice directing the cast. And when they write it, this episode was written by Grim, Buddy, P.S. Weasel, and Storm. So let me just see how the display's been spoken for now. Okay, I'm going to have to increase it, make it a little bit more powerful, probably on 40. Probably bump that back up to 10, the amount back up to 10. But I want to see something here. There we go. That's a problem. That's right there. Okay, I know how to fix that. Oh, Spencer, thank you. You're too kind.
That's nice.
Okay, now we're consistent with the shot as it transitions. But there's still one thing that I need to take a look at. I'm not sure if you can see it on stream, but there was a light smoke in the footage, like an atmosphere. That I'm going to use a fractal noise for. Just so you know, I am using the console plugin from Video Copilot to expedite my workflow here. Alright, so let's shift this to dynamic. Nah, not dynamic. Ugh. Oof. You think by now I would have memorized everything here?
It's not that important.
Let's see. I'm looking for transform. Too basic, I think, is what I'm looking for. Nope. I'm just going to leave it the way it is for now. Alright, so for now, I'm just going to scale up the noise. I'm going to keyframe both the evolution and the offset. Move it all the way to the end. Set the evolution to 3. And I'll just add a 1 at the beginning of this offset. So I'm just going to isolate this real quick and see how that looks. I want it to kind of move lightly throughout the air, like a fine mist. Probably just takes a little bit to. Okay, I think the evolution is going to go a little slower. So let's set the evolution.
Spencer has another comment.
Does he?
Oh boy.
You are so detailed and methodic, Red. Usually I just smoke weed, grab my tablet, and then forget what I just did. Yo, I wish I was that good.
Does that mean you wish you had access to legal weed?
No, it means I wish I could just go to town with a tablet.
That's fair.
I was so confused for a second. I was like, I'm activating screen mode. Why isn't it activating? I was like, my dumbass forgot that I set this to solo. Alright, so I'm also going to also mask out the top just to add some extra. I'm also going to add curves just to bring down the highlights a bit and top it off with a fast box blur to take out some of that detail. So just going to bump that up a little bit, bring it down. Well, let's also add a directional blur.
I'm also gonna play some Animal Crossing while I'm watching now. Hey, Julian Cohn, what is up?
Hey, nothing much. Just working on some Akame ga Kill Abridged. Just adding some smoke to a shot by using some fractal noise. Though I'm concerned it might be moving a bit too fast. Yeah, I think it's moving too fast. I'm going to reduce that speed a bit. No. Oh, yeah, it's already being affected by a turbulent display, so I don't have to worry about that. And that extra little distortion to it. Oh yeah, I wanted to change the amount on turbulent displays as well.
Now all of China knows you're here.
Ah, another subscription. Thank you, Julian. China knows you're here. You better be careful.
Oh no.
Alright. Let's see. Let's play the last 17. Let's play the last 3 seconds of this, see how it's coming along. Particularly with the light effects. Because we got 2 that are overlapping with Truma here. So it's going to be real interesting to see how those match up. Also, Spencer, I'm not sure if you're still there, but detailed and this is what we've been doing since the start of the stream right here. We ran a 3D physics simulation on a cloth material just so we can attack it brutally. Right here.
I love it.
I was saying that I was going to return to it, and I think I know how I'm going to fix the problems I had with it. Spencer. Dude, what can I say? I saw your episode of Symphogear, and I was like, I gotta set my game up. And I'm not an artist like you, so I resorted to the only thing in my tool chest that I'm not sure if anyone else has in the Abridged community. CG. Right, the smoke's looking good. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs, what do we got here? Oh, I never fixed those. That's why they're spazzing out now. I'm doing is I'm getting a little closer to what I'm trying to mask out here, so that when I loop it, you don't exactly see the color pop. That's kind of obvious when you look at it. I'm also going to be increasing the feather on it so that it blends in a bit cleaner with the clean plate on top of it, or under it, I should say. Also, by increasing the feather, I can be a bit. It allows me to be a bit more forgiving with my rotos. That way, I can be a little sloppier. At least in this situation, since I'm not doing any defined edges. I'm glad you like it, Wilson. It's a real fun show to work on. And there's a lot in this next episode that I think you're gonna really enjoy. There's a lot of fun stuff that happens to Tatsumi and the gang. And if you're familiar with the original source material, you know some fun stuff happens this episode. Spencer, I know, but that's your fault. Spencer, you and I have a very similar mindset where it's if the footage doesn't give us what we want, we will bully the footage into submission. Speaking of, let me fix the physics on this. With how this is supposed to, I feel as though if I do this,
James Cook, we do Mac for now. We do Mac for now. We're trying to fix this.
okay, let me explain something. Shut up.
No, fuck you.
Okay, I've been using a Mac for 12 years, and
This 12 years too long.
Okay, what I'm using here is a 5K Retina display. This thing can edit 4K footage. I got it specifically to edit 4K footage because at the time I was involved with a project that hired me on to work on the footage as a logger. Since then, I am not, I no longer, wait a minute, has this been in here and not been up? Oh my god. One sec, I need to reapply a collider. But anyway, I was working on this project that required me to use it. I've never seen anyone use AE, no idea how it works. Yeah, After Effects is an amazing software, to be completely honest. That was amazing. I love the whole Adobe package with how they can just dynamic link to each other. It saves me so much time. And After Effects is great because, well, you can do so much in terms of just what it offers. Like, for example, Premiere can do masking, but it's just so much easier. Yeah, it's I feel like I can accomplish more through After Effects as opposed to working with premier when it comes to firstly, my masking, and secondly, anything else. Because there's just so much you can do in After Effects, as I've been demonstrating tonight. Ooh, that's aggressive. I gotta see how that works again. Let's see this. And the wind up. And the pitch.
And he's out of there.
Whew. I'm gonna try something. I made an
I'm just watching you
aggressive.
absolutely destroy this sign.
This is why I love CG. Because I can do all sorts of craziness.
It just goes to show that fucking with physics is funny.
Yeah, fuck physics. I mean, that's what.
Try again. You got this. I believe in you.
I don't.
Right now I'm trying different combinations to see what might... Okay. It's gone. It disappeared. That was...
Also, Red,
Yeah.
watching you do this, I would actually love to see what you do fucking around in Gary's mod.
Huh. That would be
Why?
interesting. Me and
John, what?
me and John once put together a test for a TTT server. Remember that, John?
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. I was just thinking about that after Rico.
There was a fuck around on the TTT server and no one invited me?
And this is when we were testing stuff, because I'm a big fan of Rooster Teeth and the Let's Plays. So I
Fair.
love to watch their TTT episodes. So I was asking John, is it possible for us to do what they do with their everyone having skins and everyone just sort of what's the like custom, like unique, you know, that kind of crap, unique
Yeah, I think I know what you
roles. So he and I were testing that, and we had the boomerang item, and I think I was the traitor, and I threw it, and it was just bouncing around this hall, and he and I were both chasing the boomerang, thinking, okay, when it lands, one of us will pick it up and throw at the other, but it bounced off the wall, came back in a perfect line where me and John were coming from, and he and I just so happened to be right, like, single file, cut through both of us, and I woke up my house laughing. Because it was in the middle of the night.
That was fun and interesting.
I love this right here. I love this. This is so stupid. I've never seen an explosion cause something to fly towards the explosion. Let's see, what else can I apply here that might fix this? Simulate force. I don't know how to use this, so I'll look into that later. I'm just trying to get the, No, I'm going to try it again with just the wind. Whew, that was scary. My mouse decided to stage a coup d'etat.
It's protesting.
Exactly. As it's right, as an American. Made in China. Shit. No, wait a minute. It can come here as a Chinese mouse looking for walk.
I feel like this is getting a little too real.
Yeah. What the hell is going on?
Things are interesting right now.
Yeah. Okay, there's something that I know I can do here. I'm going to actually offset these keyframes here. I'm going to have this happen 2 frames later. Oh, I got backwards. But first of all, I'm getting closer to what I'm looking to do. I have this wind element effector that is affecting the sign and pushing it just the way I like it. Kinda. We'll get there someday. The only thing right now is that I have these.
I haven't really been noticing. Does the sign detach from its anchor points?
Yes.
Okay.
That's part of the thing that I've had to do in order to get it to work. The thing I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to offset the anchor points being detached. That way one side goes flying free before the other to add a little bit extra chaos. But currently all that's happening is they will slam into each other like a very loose rubber band. Okay. I need to actually fix this. Okay, go over that keyframe. Okay, I think I got it working the way I want. Oh, that's unusual. it's 50-50 whenever I start a simulation partway through. Sometimes it bakes all the information that I want. Other times it has no idea what to do and just kind of commits suicide.
Oh, fucking hell.
What happened?
Hiccups.
Pickups? Oh,
Hiccups.
hiccups.
Fucking shit. Shit.
With your donations, we can find a cure. Call the number on your screen.
Well, don't.
Only if you don't like John. If you want to tell John to go fuck yourself, to go fuck himself, please call the number on your screen and donate. Ooh, that sounded aggressive.
This is.
Sounds like you're having fun over there.
No!
What's the weirdest way you've tried to cure hiccups? I don't recall. It's been a very long time since I've had the hiccups. You know, in hindsight, I could probably just have set this animation to start at, like, maybe starting at frame 200. Oh, why does this have... I just found a unique little problem that might be explaining a few things. There's a crap ton of keyframes here for wind. Are you okay?
No!
Go drink some water, or, like, hold your breath or something.
That's never actually really worked for me.
Wow. Well, have fun suffering then.
I'm so sorry, John. I wish there was
I
a way
don't even know where
could
that
help
came from.
Huh.
Fuck! I don't remember I've had hiccups this persistent.
You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
Yes! Welcome to the John Hiccups Akame Got Kill Abridging Editing live stream.
Spoilers. He dies.
I mean, it's Akame. Everyone dies.
I mean, it's a good point. I have watched the series.
Oh wait, I just
You
realized
should have somebody.
we have
Ah.
fans who might not have. Uh-oh. If I just spoiled the series for you, I apologize.
Everybody dies isn't very specific, to be fair.
Also, I was lying. Don't listen to me. I don't know what
I mean, that's the way that people describe Game of Thrones, too.
I don't know what an Akame ga
Spoiler.
Kill is.
You should have just have somebody hiccuping when it explodes. The hiccups cause it to explode.
Let's increase the turbulence up a bit more.
That's like...
Ow!
John.
Okay, so how else would you get rid of hiccups then? I'm confused.
Scaring. I don't know. All I know is like the scale method and the water method.
That's the two that come off the top of my head, but
See, I always found a good option is straight up holding your breath. Yeah, but James, I don't think many people can actually fucking reliably do a handstand.
Against the wall, you could.
I'd still fall. Well, actually, no. I'd still have trouble getting up as such.
With teamwork, you can do anything, Grigro.
Red, you've met me. I'm not exactly the easiest person to lift up.
Fair. I still love that I was running through the airport trying to find you, and only then it dawned on me that I don't know what you looked like.
Yeah, but I knew what you looked like.
And for some reason, that didn't dawn
okay,
on me.
fuck. I've been holding my breath since you mentioned that, Rebro.
Okay, I don't think you needed to hold your breath that fucking long, but yeah.
I'm pretty good at it. Oh god.
It didn't work, did it?
No, it just my voice is weird all of a sudden.
You went through
What the
puberty
fuck?
again.
What the fuck?
Congratulations.
Yeah, that may have been a bit long.
Congratulations, you just reached anti-puberty.
Reverse puberty. It's a bitch.
I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back.
Don't
What's
die.
going on? What the hell happened?
Who knew holding your
can't-
breath would fucking reduce your
John,
rage? by,
John,
like,
what you just did there, that's what happens whenever I voice Shizuo.
Oh no.
Oh god, that's gonna be a Kakumon soon. Okay.
Okay. No, we're not back. All right, be right back. Water.
Okay. And does that match with the motion though that's happening? I would say actually wind should
okay.
be coming from
Okay. Hi. I'm back. I think. Mostly. The good news is I think my hiccups are gone.
I mean, you don't sound like a 13-year-old, so yeah, I think you're doing well, pretty fine.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Ooh, this might work. I might be okay with this.
I mean, John, I'm serious. It sounded like your balls reverted into you.
I know. My voice was cracking every other word. Felt like there was something in the back of my throat. Still feels like there's something there, but I guess I'm cracking a little less now. Probably better. I hope.
Okay, I think I got this working just the way I want it to now. I had a third wind effector just to try and test something. I kind of wanted to swing.
If you keep
it
hearing
from-
grunts from me, let me know. I'll just microphone off.
You sound fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, just like I'm doing that every once in a while.
I mean, it's just an episode of regular show to me, to be honest.
So also, I don't know if you guys were aware, but I can hold my breath for a while.
Was not aware.
I mean, it was from the time that Regro mentioned holding my breath to the time I started talking again.
I was a
Not-
little bit concerned that you were still actually holding your breath, and I was right.
Yes, you're right to be concerned.
Dumbass.
But again, on the bright side, my hiccups are gone. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just making sure that this effector's not doing anything now.
Oh, I made another PC order this morning.
Oh, nice.
Neat.
I'm now waiting on my motherboard.
Booyah.
I was also going to get my CPU cooler since I finally decided what I want, but the place I was going to order it from doesn't have it in stock, so... I'm going to wait and see if it gets any in stock. If it doesn't, I'll just go somewhere else and get it.
Also, this was a very simple texture to make for this. Alright, but now I think this works, so just calculate the frames I'm going to need.
Are you gonna eventually match it to the frame rate of the actual cartoon?
Oh, the actual animation?
Yeah.
Actually, it's already... Oh, yeah, that's right. 23.97. I think it's 976. Let me double check.
Because it seemed to have been a
23.9.
bit more frames than what would usually be in an anime.
Yeah, most anime frames happen at like 12 frames a second. I'm not too versed with cinema just yet to figure out how to, well, replicate that 12 frame animation style. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do that. I might just go in and just say screw it and completely cut out certain frames. V3. Alpha channel, check. Manual frames 400 to 460. They play back at 24 for the most part, but sometimes there's certain animations that, like for example, when you're watching a walk cycle, the animation is how do I properly explain it? But for them, like generally speaking, it is roughly 24 frames that I'm working with. I am rendering this at the same frame rate that I as the footage, so that should match everything up. And once we finish this one off, I think that's where we're going to end the stream.
Okay.
Now, technically what we could do, instead of rendering this out as an alpha channel, we can just bring the entire Cinema 4D file into After Effects. Why didn't I just do that? Fuck it.
Because
I don't have an answer for myself, now that I think about it.
these things happen.
Wait, am I missing one frame of animation here? I am.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Mm.
So let me just go into render settings and render frame 5 more frames just as a precaution here. Why did it only render frame 461? Oh, that happened. Oh, F me. I'm going to need more than 5 frames. God damn it. This is actually the advantage of rendering as a video sequence as opposed to a flat video file. If Cinema was to crash mid-render, I would lose the video file would become corrupted. I'll lose all progress. Whereas in a PNG sequence, it would just end early, and probably the most recent frame would be corrupted. In which case, I could easily just start the render from where it left off. Let's see how this plays out. Boom.
There we go. That's better.
Think so.
I was talking about my voice.
Oh.
Clearing up whatever's in the back of my throat.
One final thing we're going to do here is we're going to actually do some grading on the sign.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's going to darken up the sign a bit. Because right now it doesn't match the scene.
P.S. We're not Night Rain.
One, this is a dark night. Two, the sign is underneath the...
Wanna know how I got these scars?
How?
I don't know. You just said this is the Dark Knight, so.
I didn't realize you were doing a bit.
I didn't realize you weren't talking about the movie.
Also, one final thing.
Like, unironically, my first thought was, oh, Batman?
Nah, the scene takes place at night, so I'm doing a little color correction on the shot to bring down the light on it. I'm also adding a slight blur to this, just to reduce some of the. It's too crisp. It's too sharp, unnaturally sharp. So we have to add in a little bit of blur to smoothen it out a little bit.
Dude, put these streams in a time lapse. This would be a pretty cool time lapse, I think.
I think so. It's another good way I can. Oh, wait. Let's add another curves adjustment. And bring up the blue channel just slightly. There's a very tungsten-esque glow in the environment if you look at the bricks. So we should add that blue to the sign because nothing in this shot is a perfect white. So we should always make our VFX reference our footage as much as possible. Whenever something stands out in a visual effect, it's usually because of the color grading or lack thereof. The colors won't match, particularly in the black levels. It's my info. Ah, there it is. Those pawns like. Okay, I'm resetting that. We'll try and match this. I gotta really bring down the red value here. Red value's hovering about the same area. Now the green value's definitely gotta come down to about. Actually, Red can go up a bit. Now let's do a general RGB. No, I don't want to affect the alpha. What are you doing? Oh, that is the alpha. I'm changing. God damn. With that. Let's put that as a smidge. Alright, I think that matches pretty well. Now, just gotta apply this to all the other ones.